guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I just wanted to share a little flip through of some journals that I've made and will have available on my website. So these journals are for Halloween. They have a really sort of light Halloween theme to them. I thought they would be really cute for documenting all your Halloween memories, and so I've kept that in mind while creating them, but I haven't made them too dark, so if you want to use them for something else they would work well for that as well. As you can see, I've done a soft cover collection again, and the reason for that is because I wouldn't have had enough time to do a hardcover collection in time for Halloween. I wanted to get these out with enough time that you can hopefully receive them before Halloween, so they're going to be available this week. I'll have in the description down below the exact date and time, so if you'd like to catch the sale, just check out the description box for the details. So they're a pretty nice size. They measure about 6 by 9.5, both of them, which is a pretty nice size. You can fit like full 4x6 photos in here, lengthways. That is the back of the books as well. So I painted the covers, I did some embossing on the covers, and then I obviously did some stitching with different fabrics and embroidery pieces. These were inspired again by Moonside Parlour and Penny and Rose Papery. I really love the way they collage their different fabrics and textiles together, so definitely tried to channel them a little bit when putting these together. And like I said, I didn't want them to be super dark. I didn't really want to use lots of blacks and stuff, so I tried to keep it pretty light. I kept the linens pretty light, and then you've just got little contrasting bits that are a little bit darker that help bring in that Halloween theme. These lacy bits are not attached to the journal either, they're just tied around so you can take them off. Both the journals will also come in one of these little pouches, so I've just washed them so they're a little bit crinkled, but they're just made with these little napkins with the embroidery, and they'll just tuck nicely in there. And I thought, just to brighten them up a little bit and add a little bit of a pop of colour, I would add some ruffles on the side of each journal, so you can see all the pretty floral ruffles hanging out the side of the book. Again, heavily inspired by Moonside Parlour and Penny and Rose Papery. They always do really beautiful ruffles, and I just like the pop of colour that it adds. It just makes them feel a little bit more playful. And I don't know which one's my favourite. This one I think is very eye-catching because it has a lot going on, but there's something about this one that I really like as well. I think it's a little bit more simple. So I'll just take you inside this one first fairly quickly. Oh, I should say the covers themselves are made with card. I started out with card and just did all of this collage and painting and embossing and everything, and then on the inside I lined it with paper. And then inside the cover there's also these pockets here that have fabric and craft text, so they're quite thick and flexible, and there's a pocket like that in both the front and the back of the book, so it has a really nice feel to it. And then throughout the book I've just tucked ephemera that I thought could go well with Halloween. So there's this black pretty journaling card, and then this picture of a castle. And then all of the papers I also tea-dyed, so that's something that I used to do a lot, and I kind of strayed away from doing that, but for the Halloween journals I thought it was really fitting to tea-dye the pages and make it look a little bit grungy. So there's some pretty double-sided papers. This is some wallpaper, and it's a pocket with some vintage, there's a vintage envelope tucked inside. Some more darker papers. This is some more wallpaper here, and another pocket with a little journaling card tucked inside. Then on the back of the page there's this vintage ledger which you can fold out and you can journal, and you can have some hidden journaling underneath there. And then I put this sort of like galaxy paper in here as well. The pages themselves are mostly pretty simple, but I feel like because it's tea-dyed and because the pages, a lot of them are double-sided, everything comes together really well, so nothing feels unfinished, but it's also very easy for you to take this whole entire page and turn it into whatever you like. On this side of the page I did this little top-loading wallpaper pocket, and I just tucked a few bits and pieces in here. So this is a little vintage ephemera piece, and then this is a card, like a Tim Holtz I think it is, card. I like the back side of this, so it goes in there. And then this is a vintage playing card. It's got a clown on it, which I think is pretty spooky. A lot of people find clowns scary, so I thought that would fit well in here. We've got some more fun papers to play with. This is a pocket here, and then there's another castle image here, and just a little like ephemera piece tucked inside. This is an envelope which I just sewed onto the edge of the page so it becomes a fold out, and there's just some vintage ledger paper tucked inside there, so you can use that for journaling or collaging or whatever you like. Then this is some vintage wallpaper, and I've just tucked this little black envelope inside, and there's just, I think there's a few pieces inside there. That just sits in there. Another little ledger piece which folds open so you can have some hidden journaling underneath there. This is some wallpaper, and it's also a pocket, so I put two little vintage playing cards in there. And then I use this vellum paper to create a pocket as well, and I just put a vintage photo and another little ephemera piece inside the pocket. And then in the back, so I made these little envelopes just with some black cardstock, and I just embossed it. So this is something I just found yesterday. I found this in a thrift shop. There's like a packet of, they're like favor bags, but they have clowns on them, so they're kind of creepy. So that's going to go in there as well. And then you just get a nice little selection of bits and pieces to play with, to put inside the journal, so those will all go inside the envelope. And then there's the back. I'm just going to tuck the envelope inside the back cover there. So that's the first one, and I'll show you the second one as well, but it's very, very similar inside. So again, the same pockets here, all made out of the same stuff. This is a vintage postcard, which I think is really pretty, but it goes well with the journal, so I tucked it in there. Then we've got this beautiful scrapbook paper. There's another wallpaper pocket here, and this also has a little vintage piece slipped inside. Then again, we have some ledger paper which opens up. You can do some hidden journaling underneath. Really beautiful papers. These papers here are by Craft Consortium, and then there's a lot of Tim Holtz papers as well. And then these ones, I can't think off the top of my head which ones they are, but I thought it would be nice to have like a little dash of like astronomy sort of papers tucked in there as well. So this is another wallpaper pocket, and then again we've got a little vintage photo and a little black envelope. This is a little vintage calling card. More fun papers to play with. This is some ledger paper which again just opens up. And then over here we have a envelope the same as the other one, just with some bits and pieces tucked inside. A little vellum pocket here. So vintage ephemera, little journaling cards, and another picture of a castle. Here in the middle of the book we've got this beautiful double-sided paper. I really like how this looks in the middle of the signature. And then I just paper clipped on two of those pretty little vintage playing cards. And with the papers I tea stained them, and then I baked them in the oven, which gave them this really nice dark colour to them. But then they felt really crispy and they weren't very flexible anymore. So once they were dry, I actually re-soaked them with water and then air dried them. So they've been soaked twice, and that really helped make them like a bit more soft and take some of that crispiness out of them. I like a little bit of crispiness, but not too much, because you still want it to be able to have a bit of flexibility to it. This is a pocket here, and I just put some vintage ledger paper inside. And this is some vintage wallpaper, and it's a full-sized pocket here, and there's just this little card tucked in there. Then we also have some more vintage wallpaper here. Again, it's another pocket, and then I've just put this little vintage photo inside there. Lots of really pretty and interesting pages to play with. Some more paper here, which is a pocket, and there's the back. Again, I just slipped that clown bag in there so I didn't forget, but it's going to go inside this envelope. So again, another little envelope with the same sort of selection of things to play with. So just some fun little bits and pieces extra. So those are the little Halloween journals. Let me know in the comments which one is your favourite. I can't really decide. Like, I really like this one, I'm drawn to it, but then even this one, when I'm flicking through it, I really like a lot of things about it, like lots of little subtle things about how the papers are put together and everything. So I don't know, I can't really decide which one I like better. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can leave them down below. Remember, if you would like to catch the sale, to check out the description box, and just remember that I put my journals up on my website, which is separate from my Etsy shop. I hope you guys are all having a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.